So I got challenged to do a video on physical attraction versus mental attraction. And I was like, yeah, that's going to be like a really good idea. But then like, as I'm sitting here doing it, like as I sat down to do it, my spirit just hit me and was just like, you got to do it. And some things in my experience that I've experienced are things that I wanted to avoid and not talk about, just because of making other people feel uncomfortable or making anyone who watches my videos feel uncomfortable, because there are so many people who watch my videos who could be going through the same thing or experiencing the same thing, and they just feel uncomfortable hearing about certain topics or certain things. And I myself am included in not wanting to talk about certain things, but if I'm going to be completely transparent, I have to be completely transparent across the board. And me being spiritually as I am, as spiritual as I am, I can't hide the fact, I can't deny the fact, and I cannot not talk about soul connections, soul connections, soul ties, karmic connections. I just cannot run from it. So, we're going to get into this whole thing. What, if you don't know what's, I'm not even going to say if you don't know. Everyone knows what soul connections are. Everyone knows what soul ties are. Everyone knows of these titles. Now, I am a believer that, and many people won't believe, so this is probably where some people are going to get turned off. Some people are going to turn off the video. Some people are going to be like, nah, this bitch is crazy. And this is just my own personal beliefs. But I do know that there are many people who have the same belief as me. I am a firm believer that the Lord is my Savior and Jesus Christ. Point blank in the period. So for anyone who sits there and be like, oh, you're not a believer in God and things, first of all, fuck you, don't try me. Right? But I am a firm believer that we incarnate on this life. We incarnate in this life with soul contracts, soul ties, karmic ties to individuals, to people, to overcome certain circumstances, obstacles that society has placed, so that we can, and I alluded to this yesterday, so that we can change the vibration of what it means to love. Meaning based off your sex, gender, race, whatever the case may be. Because if you see it in today's world, there are so many people who are very critical of people who are in interracial relationships. There are people who are very critical of people who are in same-sex relationships. There are people who are critical of so many relationships. If you are not in a relationship where that's normal, and what's normal in what was normal back then is, you know, Caucasians with Caucasians, black with blacks, Hispanics with Hispanics, you know, male and female. But that's just not how things are today. And so many people unknowingly, and I think it's so beautiful, so many people unknowingly are changing this. So many people are changing what it means to love. So many people are choosing to see past colors, genders, sex, race. They're choosing to see past all of this and just loving people who love them, who truly, truly love them. So I really wanted to make a video and allude on this, is how my experience and what I've went through has helped me get to the understanding I am today. And maybe if you hear what I've been through, maybe if you hear my story, then you can take it, apply it to your life. Because that's all I ever want to do, is if I've ever been through something, is to help someone else become the best version of themselves. And by becoming the best version of yourself, I really just mean, I want you guys to love. Literally, love. That's it, all right? Stop being so damn negative and hateful. But for the most part, I was someone who used to search for love. I was someone who was begging for love. I was someone who did not know how to love myself. I knew how to love other people, but did not know how to love myself. Until one day, and anyone who knew me, and I say knew me because there's not a single person on this earth who knows me today. Might be one person, but we don't know yet. If there's anyone out there who knew me, they knew that a year ago to this day, I was nothing how I am today. I wasn't confident. I wasn't inspirational. I wasn't living in my truth. I wasn't the being that I am now. And I'm going to be completely honest. I had a catalyst that helped me to find self-love. I had a catalyst that helped me to understand that love is really all you need. And I say that because in this person, I saw everything in myself. In everything that I saw in this person, I wanted to help. I wanted to fix. I wanted to help this person overcome. I wanted to help this person become a better person. And so one day, I sat back, and my spirit literally was just like, what did you learn? Now, when I say what did I learn, that obviously means that I was sitting in a position where I was crying, broke down, and I was just like, what did I do? Yeah, that was me. And in this moment, my spirit was like, what did you learn? And I was like, I don't know. I did nothing wrong. I was there. I was loving. I was kind. I was compassionate. I was understanding. What did I do? And then I was, literally, I kid you not, I was doing this for like 5 minutes. And then it was like something just like smacked me across the face. And it was like, I said, what did you learn, bitch? I was like, oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I was loving. I was kind. I was compassionate. I was understanding. I was there. I need to do all of that for myself. And in this moment, I was just like, everything that I was searching for in someone else, all that I wanted out of someone else, I had within me. And because I had it in me, I understood that I was perfect. There was not a need for anyone. There was not a need for someone else to come into my life circumstance to make me feel whole, to make me feel complete, to make me feel like I mattered. In this moment, I really found self-love for myself. And so, going through this experience, and let me just say this. This does not mean that the person was or is a bad person. No. Because my circumstances is different. For me, let me tell you something. I used to be the type that I would chase people even though I knew I shouldn't have been chasing them. I would chase circumstances that I knew I shouldn't have been chasing. And there were so many, it wasn't even red flags. They were just like annoying, you know? Of right now, this is not what you need to be doing. But because I was stupid, no, I'm not going to say stupid. Why do I need to knock on wood? Because I was choosing to go past that. I had to learn self-love in a different way. I had to learn self-love in a tough, hard way instead of trying to learn it in an easy way. And you always have a choice in life to find things out, to find the truth about yourself the easy way or the hard way. It's up to you. And I had to find it the hard way. So, going through this experience really helped me. It helped me understand that soul contracts are real. Soul ties are real. And sometimes just because you have a burning, deep connection with someone does not mean that you are meant to be with them. Does not mean that this person is your forever person. Sometimes when you have a deep, burning connection with someone, it literally just means that, for me, this is what it meant for me. When I had a deep, burning connection with someone, and I couldn't get past anything, I couldn't see past anything but them, and all I wanted was them. For me, it was a catalyst for me to look within myself and see that everything that I wanted out of this person, I had within myself because I was giving them everything that I wanted from that person. And so because I was able to give them, or I was attempting to give them every single thing that I wanted out of that person, like, what was the need? It no longer became a need. It didn't even really become a want anymore. It literally became a lesson. A learning lesson. And for me, that was so important. Because in today's world, you see so many people who choose people because they look good. You see so many people who choose people because they look good for their life circumstance, you know. Society tells you to get a woman, you know, because you're a man, you know. Or, you know, because you're a masculine man, you want a woman with big boobs, big ass, you know. Or if you're a man, or if you're a woman, you want a guy who looks like Chris Brown or Ryan Reynolds. Hell, I still want Ryan Reynolds, you know. Damn that girl who got pregnant by him. I can't even think of her name right now. I just watched The Proposal again, so, you know, Ryan Reynolds is everything. But I see that in this world instead of seeing people who, but I also see, I'm starting to see people who are choosing people because they have an emotional, a soul tie with someone. And a soul tie, for me personally, means that I've lived many lives with you. I've carried on many lives with people. And this does not even just have to mean relationships. This just means friends, because I even have friends who I have soul connections with. They're ties. Like, it's deep. It runs deep. I'll tell you how you know when you found someone you have a deep soul connection with. When you can't go without thinking of this person. And it's not in a negative way or in an obsessive way. When you're wondering about this person's well-being, when you're wondering if they're okay, if you haven't heard from someone, or it's not even like, it doesn't even have to go that deep. But for me, this is how I found out. I'm gonna stop beating around the bush. I'm gonna stop saying what I think I should say. I'm gonna say how I found out. For me, I found out when I started realizing that I cared about certain people way more than I cared about myself. And it wasn't like in a sense where I care about them more than I care about me. It was just that, yeah, I care about me, but I also care about them. Like, if I would have hurt someone, or if I would have said something to someone that made someone offended, or if I was talking to someone, like as far as a friend, and they were going through a life circumstance or whatever the case may be, when I was able to take myself out of a situation and look at this person and be like, damn, you're hurting. I hurt for you. I feel your pain. I can feel whatever it is that you're going through. That's when I knew that this person was a soul connection to me. And for me personally, when I find soul connections, it's not so much that I want to keep them. It's just that I'm always going to be open to that person being in my life circumstance. I've lived many lives with you, so I do not mind living this life with you. I don't mind sharing my life experience with you, which is why I'm so grateful for the friends that have returned to my life. Because I used to say it all the time, I had so many people who walked away from my life. Not so many people. I did have so many people, but I had sisters. Well, it's only not so much as guys, but I just had people walk away from my life, and then people started just coming back. And one thing that I noticed is that when those people came back, I was not closed off. I wasn't upset. I was actually very emotional when they came back, and it was kind of like hit it off like we never fell off. You know, understand this: in order to succeed in life, especially when it comes to having other people in your life circumstance, you have to stop looking at people for what they can benefit to you as far as monetary value. If it's not a mental value, as far as someone not mentally pushing you to be the best version of yourself, like if you have someone in your life who's seeing you struggle, if you have someone who's seeing you go through the trenches and they're not supporting you or trying to assist you in coming out of those trenches, then these people are nothing more than karmic situations. They're karmic relationships that you're here to learn from. And karmic relationships are relationships where you're going to go through your biggest test. You're going to go through your biggest trials, your biggest tribulations. They're going to cause you so much pain. It's going to be deceitful. It's going to be harmful to your health, to your physical health, to your mental health. It's going to be harmful. It's going to put you in depressive states when you're around karmic individuals. And it's not to say that these people are bad, because some people are karmic individuals and they don't understand. They don't even know that they're karmic to someone else. But if you can be aware that someone is toxic to you, if you can be aware that someone is not good for your life circumstance, then you can have the understanding this person is a karmic in your life, and that just because they are a karmic does not mean that they need to be automatically put in they need to automatically be attached with a bad label. It just means that you need to remove yourself from that individual so that you can thrive, that you can push through, so that you can continuously become the best version of yourself. Because at the end of the day, that's all what we're here for. We're all here to push, to strive, to thrive, to become the best version of ourselves.